Welcome to the Bull and Bear Show, episode number 12. I'm here with my co-hosts. How you guys doing? We got Blaze, we got Nash Cowboy, and we got King Earl. How's everybody doing today?
Doing well,
Good,
doing well.
good. Thank you. What about yourself, buddy?
Fantastic. Fantastic. Good to see you guys today. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope everybody's having a great day. I know it's hot here in Vancouver. What's the weather like over there with you guys? Nice day? Hot? What's it like?
69 degrees.
69 degrees. Wow. Okay.
93.
Yeah, we're at 91 degrees right now here in Vancouver.
Oh, it's a beautiful 74 with a light breeze here, but it's fixing to rain.
Oh, 74. Okay. All right. Well, I want to start with the first topic. Great to have you guys back on the show today. And the first topic is inflation. Inflation rose to 3.2% in July as prices tick higher for the first time in a year. So my first question is, and you know what? We're going to go in a row here because Blaze, you're first, then we'll get Nash, and then we'll get Earl. Blaze, what do you think about the fact that inflation rose to 3.2% in July for the first time and the first time it's gone up in a year? Is this a bad sign of what's to come?
Yeah, I think it's a bad sign for a little while. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a long-term effect because, we always have something like this before, the big days come, with the elections and stuff.
Okay.
But I'm not worried about it. It's expected.
Okay. Nash Cowboy, what do you think about the fact that inflation rose 3.2% in July and the highest than the first time it's climbed in a year? What do you think about that?
All right, I am on a disagreement with Blaze on that one. I think it is a horrible sign of what's to come. I mean, let's face the facts. Like I told you about before about my friend's company. They're cutting costs. They fired 200 people, a lot of them in high positions. All right, and just like with America, America has to do the same thing. They got to cut down their spending massively. All right. We have to cut our spending. We got to fire some people in job positions that there's no business even having those job positions. We've got to cut cost and quit spending billions of dollars in other countries. And only then do I see inflation coming down. But that's just me.
Oh, wow. Okay. What do you think, Earl? What's your opinion on this?
Well, the opinion is pretty much the same as it was last week whenever we were discussing it, or the week before. I view, that this is the yearly inflation chart, right? So this is, over the last year, okay, rose 0.2%. 90% of that was mainly due to the housing market and with inflation, rising, it can be expected, especially as people are having to spend more on interest rates just for their shelter, right? So they're going to be spending more money there. And as far as, the job availability, we discussed that a little bit the other week. And I told you it's going to be real weird because we're going to have fully employed people. And we do need to cut down on spending as far as in our economy. But to get the job done. But, we need to also bring down the value of what it costs to actually buy something. I mean, that's how you influence inflation, right? But we can't do that as well as long as fuel prices are rising 10% within a week because of Iran wanting to seize freaking crude oil over in the Gulf.
Yeah, it's out of control. I know with us here, the gas prices just keep going higher and higher and higher. It's the highest I've seen in a very long time since when oil was over $100. We've got gas prices now here at over $2 a liter, the highest in the country here in Vancouver.
Somebody's got to pay for all the donations.
It's completely out of control here in Vancouver with how much money is being spent on gas. Gas prices are crazy. And what Trudeau doesn't understand here is that when the gas prices goes up, the cost of fuel goes up, and then the cost of fuel goes up, which means the cost of transporting those goods go up. So that's why our food prices are going up. Our pricing of housing is going up. So everything is going up here in Canada. And on top of that, our interest rates are going up. So we're paying more now for loans, car loans, student loans, mortgages, credit cards, lines of credit. We're paying more for tax on food. They're charging us more for everything here in Canada. Are you guys feeling the squeeze in America too, or is it just me here in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, but I mean, as far as them shipping, I mean, we went into this a little bit last week. Is that the shipping cost hasn't went up; it has actually went down. I mean, we've taken a 75% pay cut in the logistics industry, right? Where do you factor in 10% fuel on that? It's not costing any more since the breakdown than it is. It's actually cheaper for us to ship, for y'all to ship goods right now than it was before we actually hit. So the rise in, you know, actual shipping the stuff has nothing to do with what you're paying on the shelf. Nothing at all. Because we're not actually making any more money as business owners. We're not actually bringing any more money in. We're actually losing money. So we're not passing it on down. It's somewhere else. It is somewhere else. It is not in the logistics industry.
You're in that industry, right, where you are moving goods with trucks yourself. You have your own business. So are you finding it hard in that business? Because with the fuel costs going up, there must be less margins for drivers. And I would assume that drivers are just leaving the industry. Are you seeing that in your industry? Because I think you've talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Past 14 months, we saw 501,000 truck drivers quit. 50,000 truck driving companies actually close their doors and go out of business.
That's
And
crazy.
so, you have more readily available freight to be actually shipped because of it. But the problem is that there's not a crisis or a demand for the product. So they're actually not stocking the shelves. They're actually working off their reserves. Your importation has been down 75% for the past 3 years, especially since Ukraine kicked off. So, I mean, you're having less importation. So you're having less, cheaper goods coming in, but we're still not stocking the shelves. They swapped over from goods to just sustainability essentials of what you need on the shelves. Walmart started doing that 6 months before the crisis even hit. They could already read it, and they haven't started swapping back over to services rather than goods or essentials, household essentials.
Yeah, it's a pretty scary situation here with what's going on. I really don't like it. I really hope that there's a solution in sight. I don't really know what the solution is, but the fact that inflation is going back up is a bad thing, because what I'm concerned about is the fact that we may have another rate hike or 2 or 3 or 4, because they were saying they want inflation at 2%. So with inflation at 3.2%, that just gives Powell and Trudeau more excuses to keep raising rates. And that's exactly what we don't want. We don't want to pay more interest on everything. But when the inflation goes back up, that means they're going to increase rates even more, because that's their only solution to reduce rates. So are you guys worried that they're going to keep hiking rates?
Yeah.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all, because I don't live my life on a credit line. So, I actually just use what I make, and then I go from there. I don't go out of pocket essential unless there's like an emergency. But we all know this ain't the time to be buying houses, right? It's at the top of the market.
Earl,
you don't buy a house.
You might be one person that doesn't like to live on credit, but I would say like 90% of North Americans are living on credit.
Yeah, a lot of people want to build their credit. A lot of people want to start getting credit, So this is a horrible time for all these kids out there,
young
20-year-old,
people that
21.
started borrowing money, borrowing cars, getting mortgages, getting their first home, and then all of a sudden now everything is doubled.
Yeah, young families are doomed right
They're
now.
the ones that are doomed.
People
They're
don't even want to
sell
start
their
families
homes,
now,
That's where they gotta get them fixed, locked fixed interest rates. Where that's where they gotta work at it. Got to play it smarter. You got to play with what you got, not what you hope to have eventually.
All right, let's go into the next topic here, because it's a big topic, and it's about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. So this has been a very trending topic. Mark Zuckerberg says people should assume Elon Musk's comments about their cage fight has not been agreed on. So essentially, Mark Zuckerberg is saying that Elon Musk is just talking too much about this fight, and everyone should just assume that whatever he says has not been agreed on. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this fight's going to happen?
I'll be honest with you. I think Zuckerberg's using a cowardly way to back out of it.
Do you think the fight's gonna happen? You think he's chickening out?
If he only wants to fight in an organization that cannot claim liability for a 200-pounder versus a 150-pounder, he knows damn well they can't do that. There's no liability for that. They have restrictions in all those outfits. So this is him backing out, very cowardly in my book.
Okay, that's Cowboy. What do you think?
I'd be happier than a two-peckered puppy on Dolly Parton's leg if the fight happened. I would love to see that. But with that being said,
can you say that line again? You'd be happier than what?
Do we have to edit that?
No, I want to hear that again. A two-legged puppy on Dolly Parton.
I said I would be happier than a two-peckered puppy on Dolly Parton's leg if the fight happened. All right. Puppies go around humping everything. Well, if they got two of them, that's pretty happy. Anyway, with that being said,
so you don't want the fight to happen?
I would love for it to happen. My money's on Elon, but I'm with Blaze on this. I think Mark is pulling a chicken move. I think he's trying to back out of it.
What do you think, Earl? You think this fight's gonna happen? You think they're trying to back out? What's up?
I think the Zuck suck might actually be looking for sponsorship deals. Somebody to pay him to do it, because he already knows that Threads ain't doing anything for him very much, as they've already saw a 35% decrease in usage since the first week, and X is continuing to go up and actually starting to get into the profitable margins. He can already foresee it in the cards, you could say, or in his wallet, that he's going to lose already just on his business standpoint, much less in the ring. But I'd love to see it.
All right. Well, this is a very trending topic, and
it's a horrible market pitch. Okay, to get everybody going and then get their names out there, and they ain't gonna fight. Come on.
Okay. Well, today Zuckerberg thinks it's time to move on from planned cage fight with Musk. Says Elon isn't serious. That was today's headline. So all of a sudden, Zuckerberg is saying that it's time to move on from the fight. He's saying that Elon is not serious. So, I mean, either he's chickening out, or maybe he's right. Maybe Elon's making it too much of a circus. But Zuckerberg is saying that he believes it's time to move on from the fight, and he feels like Elon isn't serious. So, based on that, do you now think that maybe this isn't going to happen? Because to me, it looks like Zuckerberg's trying to back out.
Absolutely.
I don't think it happens.
I think
he's scared. I think he realizes that he has too much to lose here, and that if he loses to Elon, then he also loses the huge social media war between Facebook and X, which would not be good for Zuckerberg.
No.
Right? Like, imagine if he loses to Elon. He's already less popular than Elon, right? So let's just say he loses to Elon, and now all of Meta's users move over to X. Could be risky for him.
Very.
I think they should place the pink slips on the table, for this match. A pink slip for each one of their privately owned companies. We could say like the Boring, company versus, getting WhatsApp or Instagram. We just throw it on the table, make it interesting. Whoever wins gets the company, and we can go from there. And, that takes, everything out of the way. You can even do it in the metaverse, even though, in the Meta from Facebook might not be able to hold up to Apple, because they've just been losing money to the Apple headset too. So, they're not going to be able to hold the ground very much long with the Zuck suck.
Yeah, it's really big news. It seems to be like constantly in headlines. And Elon Musk even said that they got approval from the government in Italy to fight in the Colosseum in Rome. And then Elon said that he would live stream it on X, and Zuckerberg could live stream it on Meta. But Zuckerberg came back and said he doesn't want to do that. He said he wants to fight either in the UFC or another major organization like the UFC. So this is where they're starting to find a problem and a breakdown in the deal. Elon seems to not want to work with the UFC, and Zuckerberg wants to be in a real organization when they do the fight.
So Elon got permission to do it in the Coliseum that the gladiators were in.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Like, even if you did it through an organization, that's still cool. Like, how long has it been since somebody fought there?
Yeah, probably 100 years. Or
Right.
something.
It's better than an organization, to be honest with you, because
You would raise way more money if you did
they're
it
not
properly.
organization fighters. They don't deserve to be in the UFC or anything like that.
Well, maybe since Zuck's backing out, he can invite Trudeau over there. They can take part of some patronage since Elon was posting the other day saying he loves Canada. They can have a good beer and fight like old gladiator pals.
I think Elon's first wife is Canadian.
Well, the second one might be Trudeau's ex-wife.
Yeah.
No, that'd be the 9th.
All right, let's move on to this next topic. This is another big story. Okay, so this is a very big story too. So Sam Bankman-Fried, the infamous FTX founder and CEO, is now being jailed over alleged witness tampering. So a little bit later than when he should have gone to jail. I think we all thought he should have gone to jail a long time ago, but now he's going to jail over witness tampering. What do you guys think about this? We'll start with you, Blaze.
It's a cover-up.
Cover-up.
It's a cover-up for their mistake that they made, that they didn't do it earlier. So I don't believe he tampered with anybody. I just think they're making more stories up, and they're just putting a little butter on the bread,
All right.
That's my feeling.
Sure, go ahead,
100%.
I think it's just I mean, that's possible, Blaze. I can buy that, but I also think they're trying to cover their asses and keep them away from a computer because he can let too much information out. And I mean, obviously, he's very good at scandaling people. I think being free is horrible. Also, I think he's a flight risk. I mean,
the question is, though, right? Tampering with witness. Who's the witnesses he's tampering with? Did they announce anybody?
I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
The
judge, apparently, this is like public knowledge. He admitted to tampering with the witnesses, but he felt like he could, and the judge felt like it was going over the line. So the judge decided that he was going to jail him. And apparently when he did this, he was in the court with his parents, and his parents started to cry and said bye to their son. And I'm like, am I supposed to feel sorry for a guy?
Bro, listen to what you just said.
From people? Like, I'm not supposed to feel sorry for a guy who stole billions of dollars from people, am I? Because they're trying to make it like this sob story. Poor kid going to jail, ex-billionaire. I'm like, listen, you stole money from people. You should go to jail.
Wait,
right? Unless there's a different set of rule for billionaires. Last time I looked, when you steal from the public, you should go to jail.
Okay, right. So he stole billions from the public. He didn't go to jail, but he tampered with a witness. Now he's got to go to jail.
What do you think about this, Earl?
I think it's a massive donkey show. He should have been in jail a while ago for what he actually committed. Now they're having to go back and actually arrest him for witness tampering, and they're just using him as an example of a fresh in your mind case for when they actually go after Donald Trump for witness tampering or influencing witnesses on a criminal charge, because tampering with a case or with witnesses is a criminal charge versus being a civil case, right? Yeah. So they're just setting the groundwork for it where they can actually show. And then, he probably came to the conclusion like, well, yeah, I'll go do, a couple of months in prison, or jail, playing tennis and, eating Martha Stewart's, plum cake or something, where, he's going to be in a nice cushy prison somewhere. But, they're just setting the example for when they try to do the same thing to Donald Trump. I mean, the judge came out the other day and said the more that Donald Trump speaks out or tries to aggravate the situation or talk about the case, the more expedited the process is going to be.
Yeah, that Trump
Good
situation
point.
is a whole nother story, man. That's a whole nother story. So, does everybody here feel like Sam Bankman-Fried his story is done now? Because once he goes to jail, then that's pretty much it, right? Like we probably never see him again. I
Nope.
hope. I hope
Nope.
he's in jail for life. Would you guys agree that he gets jail for life, or you
He's
think
not
this? I
gonna.
mean, he's only 30.
He's not going to get jail for life for witness tampering.
Well, no, but I mean, if he gets charged on all his other charges that he's supposed to go to jail for in October, which is fraud and a whole bunch of other things, he could easily get life in jail.
The man is
Let's-
innocent until proven guilty, so we'll have to see from there.
Well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
can you
Also,
steal
also you
billions
got
of dollars of money
you
from the
also got to
public?
think about the money. Like,
Yeah.
how many people did he make rich? That's gonna get him out of this.
Mhm.
And how many people's life savings did he steal? Because apparently there was a lot of people who lost their life savings.
How many government
Absolutely.
politicians did he donate to that can save him?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And
But
then secondarily,
then
where's he at trying to get people's money back? The money didn't just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it's still locked on exchange, and they haven't released it to the people.
yeah.
Right. Because as soon as the SEC gets involved, they try to get their hands on the money.
Mm-hmm.
The SEC should be in jail.
It's not the end of Sam.
It's not the end of Sam. Okay. Okay, so so you say it's not the end of Sam. Nash, is it the end of Sam Bankman-Fried? Will we
I don't
see him
think so.
again? You don't think
Unless somebody that lost a lot of money has a brother that might be in jail, and
Well,
That-
listen,
then it's the end.
Chris lost money, and Chris said he knows lots of big guys from like the Middle East that lost like millions on FTX. So I know that they're pretty pissed off. They're not being made whole, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but do they have the connections inside the same jail that he's in? That's the
I have
question.
no idea. I have no idea, and we don't even know what type of jail he's going to be in, really. And
Because that's the way our jail system works, our prison system. If he goes to prison rather than jail, then that's the way it works.
And we're not the only country that wants a hold of him.
yeah, for sure. What do you think, Earl?
I think China and Russia would love to get their hands on him so they can set up the BRICS digital cryptocurrency like he did the FTX. So, I mean, who knows whether they'll capture some more people, claim them for espionage like we just did their 2 spies that they had over here that was feeding information to them from within the military. So, you never know what kind of trades will be made in the future.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so we're going to move on to this next topic. So the next topic is this. Will Coinbase delist Cardano, ADA, and 13 other altcoins? So this is big news. Looks like Coinbase is being forced by the SEC to delist some coins, and one of the big ones is Cardano. Do you guys think this is going to happen? Let's start with you, Blaze.
Wait, what was that? They're forcing him to list them?
Delist. So essentially take off Cardano and not be able to buy Cardano on Coinbase, which is crazy to me.
Well, I don't think they should be able to force anything without a good case.
Okay.
So they had a case against Ripple, and they're going to get smoked even more if they keep on going and put more people's money in debt. And they're going to start with Cardano, and then they're going to start with Solana and all this good stuff. Look, at the end of the day, it's just them trying to sidetrack their big butt whooping they just got.
Okay. What do you think, Nash Cowboy? Will Coinbase delist Cardano?
Here's what I would like to see happen, and that is I would like to see these other companies grow a set of huevos the size of King Kongs and stand up to the SEC after seeing Ripple win in court.
Mm-hmm.
That's
too.
what I would like to see. Now, I understand a lot of people don't want the headache. They may delist them. I don't know, but the SEC needs to be stood up to a lot more. And hopefully Coinbase has grown a little bit downstairs and be able to do that.
All right. King Earl, what do you
Tamper
think?
with more people's money? Yeah. delist them and have everybody that has Cardano upset.
I view that the CEO of Cardano is trying to heavily influence the U.S. Treasury and Congress and the financial boards to heavily regulate or actually pass regulation for crypto. And it was working hand in hand even while Sam Bankman was there. But as far as just proving that there was commodities versus securities, right? So he was working to try to get it done. Where's the lawsuit suing Cardano? Why are you going after an exchange versus the coin that you're claiming to be a security, that you're supposed to be didn't register with you, but was sitting with you in several courtrooms trying to help you pass regulation on crypto, right? So are we looking at them trying to silence them and just try to pull a rug out from underneath them? Because you got to look, Binance also just removed Cardano and Matic pairing group from Binance,
Well,
right?
That's about all they'll do.
From what I've heard, the reason why the SEC went after Coinbase was because they wanted these 13 coins being removed. Coinbase said no.
That they call securities.
Yes, Coinbase said no. That's when the SEC decided to sue Coinbase. So
Well, let's go.
essentially, Coinbase did stand up to the SEC.
Coinbase did.
Yes, Coinbase did stand up to the SEC and said, we are not delisting and removing these coins. We believe they are not securities, and we're going to continue to allow our customers to buy and sell these coins. That's when the SEC sued Coinbase. So do you guys think the SEC has a case? And do you guys think the SEC can win against Coinbase? And do you think that Cardano is a security? We'll start with you, Blaze. What do you think?
No, Cardano is not a security in my book. I think it's a good asset. And at the end of the day, do I think they're going to delist them? I think Coinbase has got big cojones and they're going to say no. And I'm sick of the SEC wasting our time.
Yeah, it just seems like they're.
I think they need to regroup. I think they need to rebuild and regroup and smarten up, because we can do without them. They're nothing but a big headache, and they're causing a lot of people grief.
Okay. Nash Cowboy, what do you think?
I think the SEC is definitely part of the problem on bringing our economy down, for one thing. I hope that they don't delist them. Like I said, I just.
But do you think they're gonna?
I don't. If I think it's about a 60-40 chance. I think they won't, but there's always that chance that they're getting a little scared. I do not think Cardano is a security. I think it's all smoke and mirrors on ushering in FedNow and everything, trying to keep people's eyes on everything else. So no, I'll stick with. I don't think they're going to delist them.
Okay, Earl, what do you think?
I don't think they're going to delist them, but I would like to see the SEC quit suing people and trying to get rich and actually take it to civil court and try to prove something rather than just getting money or a paycheck like they continuously do off BlackRock and the rest of the institutionals. Most cryptos are securities in a way due to the current regulations, right? But they don't have proper regulations on digital currencies, and that's the issue. Now, they can either take it to court and let a judge decide on the regulations and what's right and what's wrong, or they can continue to try to patty foot around and sue people, which is going to do absolutely nothing.
I agree.
They just want a paycheck.
You know, this leads to my next question, and this is a big one because China is taking advantage of what is happening in North America. So as North America sleeps on what is happening with crypto, China has done the opposite. They've now started to open up crypto. So China just made a significant game-changing move that could be about to hit the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Tron, Polygon, and Solana. What did they do? They just opened up 2 exchanges in Hong Kong. After shutting down in 2021, China, through Hong Kong, has decided to open up and give their first licenses were awarded this week to Bitcoin and crypto exchanges called Hashkey and OSL, allowing them to serve retail customers in the city of Hong Kong, a so-called special administrative region of China. So all of a sudden, they're opening up crypto in Hong Kong after 2 years, after shutting down crypto. What do you guys think about this? We'll start with you.
We'll go with the we can't beat them, we'll join them, because China tried to push their own token and it failed miserably. So now they got to get back into the swing of things, and they're catching everybody while they're not paying attention and acting like it. Oh, we're going to be the first ones to say, okay, let's make this happen. At the end of the day, being a crypto investor, I like it.
Okay.
I like
Cowboy.
it. I don't think they did anything better than anybody. I keep on opening up the doors. Thank you.
Well, I just think it's interesting timing. So as North America and specifically the United States gets really hard on crypto, China's deciding to open up crypto for the first time in 2 years.
So
Don't you
that
think the
means good
timing
for
is
us.
interesting?
They're smart. They're going to make money out of this.
They're very strategic in their
You know what,
movement,
Rich?
right?
To be honest with you, they got to make money out of this.
Of course.
Because they lost a lot of money in what they've done.
And they know there's a bull market coming, and they're positioning themselves perfectly at the perfect time.
Perfect.
While America's doing the opposite, and the SEC suing everybody, trying to slow down crypto. China said, hey, you know what? While the SEC makes things harder for Americans, we're going to make things easier. We're going to open up 2 new exchanges in Hong Kong where you can buy all the top cryptos, including Cardano, the same coin that the SEC is trying to say is a security. What do you think about that, Cowboy?
I'm more on the skeptic side of things with this. Number one, why did they shut down in 2021? Did they shut down before or after the bull run? I don't know if you all know the answer to that or not.
After.
After.
Okay, so maybe they may do the same thing again.
Yeah,
after a bull run
hit. They helped the bear run hit.
Yeah. So
they triggered it.
So if they got a bunch of people investing, and then if they do the same thing, does that not hurt Americans more?
Potentially.
I mean, get China to take a bunch of people's money and then shut it down again. I mean, will they do it? Why did they shut down before? I don't know.
Well,
they
they
didn't
said
necessarily
that
take a bunch of our money.
There was too many scams at the time. There was way too many ICOs being opened up. Everyone was trying to create a coin. There was way too many securities out there.
They had their own national token too.
And they had their own coin that they wanted to launch.
It failed. That was their main reason.
You know what? Let's launch 2 exchanges in Hong Kong, and let's do it with these 8 to 10 coins.
Yep.
And what they're doing is they're really protecting their investors. Notice that Shiba Inu isn't on the list.
Not yet.
Not yet. And I'm not saying
it's only the top 10 on there. It's only the top 10.
They got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Tron, Polygon, and Solana. 9 coins.
Yep.
But Tron being a top coin, is Tron a top coin?
It's a blockchain, so I like it. Yeah.
It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Binance, XRP, USDC, Dogecoin, Cardano, Solana, Tron, Polygon, Polkadot, Litecoin. That's your top 13.
Wow.
All right, but you kind of got to take Tether out of there. So
that's why I gave it to 13.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, maybe they're just doing it a little smarter. Definitely more solid investments than the hundreds and hundreds of cryptos that are out there that we put our money in, which would again bring less money or more money from other countries into their country. Because what are those people going to do with the money? They're going to spend it.
100%.
So it would boost their economy and hurt ours.
We still in. We got to hear from Mr. Earl about his opinion, though, right?
What do you think, Earl? What do you think about this?
I think it is perfect timing. I would like to see what the SEC is using all their money that they're suing people for, where they're actually spending that, because we already know that China had set up their own token and tried to get people's money, and then they shut down all cryptocurrency, seized all of it, and then they had a plethora of money. Now they're talking about launching their own, international token with several other BRICS countries. The U.S. is currently trying to launch their own token of the Fed Now program, through RippleNet. And, we're not seeing the movement of money. There needs to be, a little bit of close eye on that. But, Secretary Yellen ain't worried about it, so why should we be? But, let's introduce that $18 trillion back onto the market, that's available over there. Continue giving China all of our money as far as distribution of wealth, and then see where we go. Because we're looking at, what, $76.8 trillion from 1970s, that's being moved around for millennials. So, there's plethora of money. Let's get more people interested. But, we're just going to fall further behind if you don't get invested, whenever you can and in the right things.
Like,
It's a complete setup, bro. It's a complete setup.
What happened to all the money that was invested in China before they shut it down in 2021?
They seized it.
They
Of course.
seized it. So this is a complete setup. They're going to allow them to buy all those cryptos, right? But
that's
then
what I'm
they're going to
saying.
say later on. They're going to say you can only turn if you cash it out. You can only turn it into the BRICS token. They're going to set them up.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on the conspiracy side of this. I think they're going to do it again.
They're going to give them what they want, so they'll turn it into BRICS money when they want to buy stuff.
I think it's also an admission that, hey, crypto is here, right? Crypto is here. It's here to stay. Maybe not all
you can't
the
beat
coins.
them, join them.
Yeah, maybe not all the coins, but we believe these coins are safe havens for our investors, our country, our community of investors, our country of investors to go and buy and trade and flip these 13 specific coins.
But with every reward, there's always a benefit. So when they want to cash it out in all these countries that are forming this BRICS token, they will have to cash it into the BRICS money.
Yeah, and the other thing is,
this is what they're setting up, guys. They're setting this up to overpower us, and that's why they picked the top 9 tokens.
And the other thing is they're turning this faucet back on, which is going to be, I'm sure, a massive rush into crypto. We also know that they've turned it off before, so at any point in time they could turn it off. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch this very, very carefully, because if they do turn it off in the future, we need to be ready, because that's going to be a sell signal. Like, as much as this, in my opinion, is a buy signal for all of those coins, I think it's a straight buy signal, huge buy signal for all those coins, because that means a lot of money's coming in.
A lot.
But at some point, maybe in 2026, they're going to say, you know what? Crypto's too risky. I think we're going to shut it off again. And when they do that, that's going to be the sell signal, because essentially that's what they did in 2021 when Bitcoin hit its high of 69,000. They decided at that point to start shutting it off. And then we saw Bitcoin go from 69,000 all the way down to 15,000 the next year, last year in 2022.
And the reason being is because China and Russia both bailed out. Okay, the 4 main groups are China, Russia, USA, Canada when it comes to crypto, in my book. Okay, all my researches. When China goes down, they help create that bear run. And then Russia's war, okay, people cashed out. And then the token dropped dramatically after the Luna with the war, China bailing out, Russia bailing out. So that took more than half the token away, but it recovered back to about 50% of what it was at all-time high, about 45%. So with China coming back in rich, sucker's going up in my book.
Oh, buddy, I have no doubt. We've all talked about this. We all know that the bull market is coming. And look at this. It's not just China. Look at this news. Japan. Binance Japan to launch operations in August. So all of a sudden, Binance Japan is launching operations in August as well. So what do you think about this, Blaze? Now, Binance launching operations in Japan. They're getting set up. Everyone's getting ready for the bull market. You guys see the writing on the wall? It's right there.
Well, Japan runs with us, so at the end of the day, they're stepping in to back us up.
Okay.
They are.
What do you think?
And the
What do you think,
interest in
Matt Cowboy?
crypto is getting very big in Japan.
Yeah, clearly they're launching Binance over there.
Yep.
Crypto is definitely growing there, and I think Binance is the right step for their crypto market because obviously Binance is huge, and they could set crypto on fire in Japan. You know, like it could be great as long as they do the things that Binance wants to accomplish there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I think they do.
With the technology that Binance has to offer them, you know, with their spot trading and all their services, yeah, their yields on their farming and stuff. I think it could be great not only for the Japanese crypto market, but it could potentially send us into a lot bigger bull market than what we expect.
Oh my God, 145 million
100%.
person population over there.
Yeah. What do you think about this, Earl?
I think there's a lot more money in South Korea than Japan these days. You know, Japan missed its movement a long time ago, and then South Korea bypassed it, and China bypassed it. You know, Japan has to get up somewhere instead of trying to build islands and militarize them around the coast of Japan, you know, under the cover of darkness. But, you know, we have to look at Binance was also accepted in Dubai, right? So
Yeah.
Binance is making moves in bigger areas with large populations, and I don't view they're going to be doing too awful much over there. They don't have the current infrastructure, right, for it right now. Japan has a lot more of the infrastructure, but I still don't think they're ready for the digital age 100%. You know, they have to get into a better banking system in Japan because the housing economy is crashing in Japan as well. Businesses, there's nowhere to build because it's so built up. And then you just don't have anywhere for your economy to take off. You're not majoring in the steel manufacturing anymore, you know, aluminum or coal or anything. So what are they providing that's actually going to boost their economy? Crypto might be their only answer to save the current currency that they have. So they might be doing a last ditch effort. You never know. So, you know,
It's a
going to
smart
be
move.
interesting. Yeah.
It's a smart move because if they invest into the right cryptos and it does skyrocket, then their national
Yeah, because they're trying to sell ETFs right now at book value and claim the money from it, and then sell them to people more expensive, right? So they're just trying to save their own hide right now.
So here's the next topic, guys. We got 15 minutes left. There's $262 billion in deposits that have exited JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Citibank in 1 year as the government reveals collapse of another U.S. bank. Is it safe? Do you guys as Americans feel safe to put your money in a U.S. bank when you hear that $262 billion in deposits have left U.S. banks? We'll start with you, Blaze.
I've never liked banks to begin with, but the things we do nowadays, you need a bank, you know, with crypto and stuff. And I don't, honestly, my whole life, I never thought it was safe in a bank.
Do you feel safe with your money in a bank now?
No, because I mean, the money you make off your money, the interest is garbage. And then if something goes down,
that's probably why people are moving it to other places.
Bro, I deposited a $10,000 check and only had $500 available for 4 days, bro. What the hell's that all about? You know, I don't like it. I don't trust it. And at any given time, we could be robbed by our own government.
That's what it feels like. It definitely feels like that right now here in Canada as well.
I'm very, very skeptical about it. I'd rather have a roll in my pocket and a safe in my room.
I hear you. That's what a lot of people are going to.
In a ledger.
That's what a lot of people are going to. Nash
I'd
Cowboy,
rather
do
have
you
my
feel
money on a
safe with
ledger. I
your
can go
money
to
in a
any
U.S.
country
bank?
and have my money still.
I definitely do not feel safe having my money in a bank right now, especially with all the banks going bankrupt, and making it hard to get your money out. Even like my bank, they went to limiting people unless you ask for it ahead of time. I can only spend $1,200 a day on my card.
Right.
So like,
That's your
unless I
goddamn
ask,
money.
yeah, it's my money. I should be able to spend whatever the hell I want.
Who the hell are they? I gotta
Um,
keep on making a phone call to spend $10.
so like, sometimes I'll go to use my card and I'm like, and it gets declining. I'm like, oh shit, I've spent over $1,200. I paid some bills today and this and that, and now I can't buy these groceries. I got to call the bank first and tell them to up my limit, and hopefully they can do it before I'm ready to leave the grocery store. It's bullshit. It's my money. I should be able to
It's for
spend it where I want.
security reasons, so somebody don't rob you.
Yeah.
Well, when $262 billion leaves banks in America, that's a lot of money.
That's a quarter of a
Well,
trillion dollars.
It's going
I said
somewhere,
I said
right?
this months ago
And where does it go?
When Warren
Earl
Buffett
knows where
sold
it
off
went.
all his stocks except for, what was it, Bank of America. I said something big was about to happen, and it's been a shit show ever since.
What do you
Earl,
think
what
about
is
this,
up,
So,
Earl?
Earl?
$262 billion leaving the major U.S. banks. Is this something for Americans to be worried about?
I do feel that they should be worried about it because we've been in a digital age of money just moving across debit cards since the 90s, and across the world. But we need to look at reworking the banking systems. I mean, look at J.P. Morgan. They've had a couple of cases here where they're overdrawing people's accounts for $99 billion
Whoa.
that were not in there. They had $3,000 before, and then they charged that account $99 billion. Not the first time. This
Oh
has
my
happened.
goodness.
It just happened this week. Somebody went negative $99 billion, and after a week, no answers. No
Oh my
answers.
goodness.
No money
That's
Chase is
bills,
shutting
unbelievable.
nothing.
down transactions where people are trying to buy. You got a billionaire in Las Vegas. He's trying to buy a trip on Virgin Mobile for $200,000. Chase Bank is shutting him down, declining his transactions. He has the money. The
Wow.
U.S. banking is worried about having liquidity, and they're worried about the new regulations coming in, like Canada's passing, where you have to have the money on hand and keep it within the banking system, right? And
Yeah.
have a one-to-one option, because their current options that they have with broker deals through the U.S. bonds is they're having to sell them to stay afloat, and they're selling them at a way low cost with high interest rates, right? And they're borrowing with
Yeah.
way high interest rates. They're never going to be able to cover it. So they're trying to cover their own butts, but that's part of the problem with the banking is they're using your money to make money rather than using your money to help you make money.
Yeah. And that's where the liquidity issue comes because they don't have the money on hand because they're investing it. So when you
Exactly.
ask for money, you go to a bank, you ask them for 20 grand. They're like, oh, it's going to take you 3 days. Well, you don't have 20 grand, and they'll say, no, we don't have 20 grand, sir. It's going to take us 3 days to order your 20 grand because the 20 grand is being leveraged. I don't know how many times on some other investment. And that's just how banks operate. And I don't think a lot of people really understand that.
I don't
All right,
like
boys,
that.
we're down to our last 11 minutes. I got another topic here I want to go over right here, and it is this. Here we go. So Google parent company Alphabet nearly offloads 90% stake in trading app Robinhood. So my question is Robinhood dead? Blaze, we'll start with you.
Yes, Robin Hood's dead.
Wow. Really?
I don't like Robin Hood. I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to be blunt about it. They play games with me, man. Massachusetts, my state of Massachusetts, my native state of Mass, was against that company, and yeah, I don't think Robin Hood's going to survive.
Wow. Okay. Nash Cowboy.
They hold
what do
your
you think?
money. They hold your money. They play the same game with you.
Yeah, they play games, and when the
Big
market
games.
goes up, they don't let you sell. Market goes down, they don't let you sell.
I
They let
sold
you
my
sell
I
when they
sold
want
my
you to sell, and that's not right.
I sold my Dogecoin at 71 cents. By the time it went through, what was it, Earl? 50 cents?
Mm-hmm.
So you lost 20 cents on that trade. That's terrible execution.
20 cents, a lot of money.
Terrible execution. Yeah,
Horrible.
I couldn't be on an exchange like that. That would not work for me.
Nope.
What do you think about Nash Cowboy? Is Robinhood dead? You're in America. Robinhood's an American app. Is it dead?
Robinhood, I think, has been dead for a long time since the whole GameStop episode.
I think Shiba was its last hurrah. They added Shiba. They had a huge spike.
Yeah.
And then after Shiba, that was like their last big hurrah.
And they did the same thing with Shiba.
Yeah, so I think I have a couple small stocks that I bought on there, but I keep forgetting that I even have Robinhood because I don't ever use it. But I need to sell that shit and get off of there. I don't have much on there, a couple $100.
All right.
Can I tell you something? I don't even have the app anymore, and some guy tried to have me pay him $1,000. Some name popped up on my text.
Wow.
Justin something requesting $1,000 from Robinhood. I'm like, huh?
What?
I don't even have it no more. We shut that thing down.
Earl, is Robinhood dead? What do you think?
I do believe that they're going to be on their way out, but I mean, we have to look at where the money is actually tied in. It's not going to be just through crypto, but you know, people don't like Robinhood due to what they did with GameStop and other,
AMC.
stocks. So,
AMC, GameStop.
people ain't going to be trusting their money with Robinhood, much less in stocks, very much longer if, people don't start straightening their act out. Because why invest in a stock when you might be looking at a 2% dividend when you invested it into a new cryptocurrency and potentially get a 13-15% gain overnight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now it's going to our next topic. This is a very sad topic. This is about the Maui wildfires. So I don't know the real numbers now, the real death toll numbers. I'm sure they're staggering. This article says 93. I believe we're over 100 now. If that's the right number, I don't know, but I think I've heard that they're over 100 now dead in Maui. What do you think about these wildfires, Blaze? Do you think that these were man-made? Do you think that this was a natural disaster? Some people have their own theories. What's your theory, Blaze? What do you think's going on here?
Okay, so basically people's conspiracy is that they wanted the land. Somebody wanted the land. Possibility, you send one of the thugs out and cause a fire. Knowing that there's a deadly storm off the coast of Hawaii, not going to hit, but the wind gusts are going to be very crucial towards a fire burning. So, I mean, the death toll is at around 100 right now. They have hundreds of cars they haven't even looked in that have been burnt, that were stuck together. We're going to see a lot more. And, God bless everybody out in Hawaii if you're listening. I just feel like it was another man-caused thing.
Okay.
And nature finished it off because man used nature in this effect, and that's not cool.
Yeah, there's a tool called direct energy that apparently was deployed in this. I've seen videos. I have no idea if it was used or not, but it's disturbing to think that people would actually do this to other people in order to own their land. But there is stories that specifically in that part of the country that was devastated, that there was people talking about buying the land, purchasing the land, and the locals didn't want to sell their land.
Well, Richard, their giveaway.
And the other issue is there's a whole bunch of celebrity homes on that land that weren't touched miraculously.
Right.
Oprah Winfrey's home wasn't damaged. Many famous celebrities' homes weren't damaged amongst all the destruction. How does the fire know not to go to their homes?
That's a good question. And the messed up thing is we're going to find out when rebuilding starts who takes over and who's rebuilding. Those will probably be the guilty ones.
Nash Cowboy, what do you think about this? Was this man-made? Is this a natural disaster? Is there some conspiracy theory happening here? What do you think?
I'm definitely on the conspiracy side of this. I've already seen tons of people that have posted videos from there, and they're saying that the death toll is actually much higher than what they're reporting. They're saying in the 500 range, and that was back when they were reporting like 80. So
30,
um,
33, and it was really like 180 people dead out in
yeah.
the ocean and everything.
So like I think they're covering up a lot. I think that almost every wildfire that we've had in Canada and everywhere has been man forced. Um, because catastrophe brings power. When people are in need, it brings power. So again, you can, they want the land. Uh, so after you've lost everything, what do? You give in. Um, so I'm definitely on the conspiracy side of this, especially after seeing people that are there reporting that the government is hiding a lot and they're covering it up.
Just like
Um,
the old days, Nash. They
Such a
burnt
very
down
sad
restaurants to take the
situation,
land.
and I want everyone to really pray for the people of Maui. They didn't deserve this to happen to their beautiful city and their
yeah.
beautiful country. And may they, all the people that have died, rest in peace. It's a very sad situation. It's a very horrible tragedy. King Earl, what do you think about this? We got a few minutes left, guys. What do you think about
Yeah,
this?
it's got we got about 3 minutes, so I'll try to speed this up. Currently with Hawaii, they have a planned council meeting where they met about in April, and they'd actually voted on creating a new digital all green solar city
Yeah.
within the country itself, right? And then they also passed regulation where they're going to use AI, artificial intelligence, to help govern the island,
Yeah. I
right?
heard that too. Yeah.
Now, you know, that was going to be the step forward. Now, this does give them the opportunity to use this disaster as a building moment. However, I don't like the fact that people are using this as clickbait for their TikTok videos, their Instagram videos, and where I go and I see freaking lasers from a weather satellite from January that they're trying to use the imaging for, or freaking pictures from 2018 in California, and they're throwing these into their conspiracy theory videos and trying to get it just for clickbait. You got to really do your research when you're looking
Mhm.
at these videos and photos, especially now that we have artificial intelligence that can make anything look the way you want it, right? And
Yeah.
now, secondarily, whether it's a conspiracy theory or not of what actually happened, it's too early to tell. Right now, people need to get off of the conspiracy bone and get on to helping Americans get through the disaster that's happened. Look at the supply chain issues. Look at why the local governments aren't letting supplies in because they're not FEMA regulated. Let's get back on to helping Americans the way they should be and rebuild the people so we can rebuild the country.
All right, well said. So I got one more last topic before we say goodbye, and we'll just go through it really quickly. So retail investors flock to penny stocks this week. WeWork, Amris, Proterra, these are all penny stocks that had really big weeks. Do you guys think that now is the time to start buying penny stocks? Penny stocks have been literally dead for 2 years. They have to turn around sometime. I'm hoping that they're going to start to turn around because big stocks have gone up and crypto's gone up and penny stocks have not. So maybe now, starting in September, October, November, we're going to start to see altcoins and penny stocks start to take off. What do you guys think? Is this penny
Yeah.
stock season right now? We'll start with you, Blaze.
Absolutely, because we're heading towards a bull run, and every time crypto has a bull run, it's always that pennies and below penny coins you can buy, and so those penny stocks get real hot because people are looking for the next big thing and a very quick hit. So those things kind of erupt just as well as all the altcoins will.
And you
In
know I
my
love penny stocks and I love stocks, so I'm going to be all over it. And if they erupt, I'm going to be right there to take advantage.
Me
What do you
too.
think, Nash Cowboy? You think this is penny stock season now? Are you excited about
Um,
buying some penny stocks? Are you looking into penny stocks? What do you think?
well, I've always said with penny stocks that penny stocks are mostly for day traders. All right. I don't I don't know if I would ever suggest long-term holding on a penny stock. Uh, it's dangerous. It's very risky. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor, but If you don't know what you're doing with any stocks, my suggestion is stay away from them. Period.
Great advice. King Earl, last comment. What do you think?
I'm not a financial advisor. However, altcoin season's coming up. The weed industry is down. The marijuana cannabis industry is completely down. The acid, the tripping, and all that industry is down. The CBD, all that had crashed. That money's going to go somewhere. People are looking for new things to invest in, right? Whether it's going to
AI.
be the next, yeah, whether it's going to be the next penny stock or the next AI, do your own research and look at what you're investing in. Don't fall into the wish.com wish bucket and be flatlined at the end.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you everyone for watching. This is the Bull and Bear Show, episode number 12. And my co-hosts today, thank you for joining us. Blaze in Florida and Nash Cowboy in Tennessee and King Earl in Alabama. Thank you guys from America. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And remember, there's always a bull or bear market somewhere, and we're going to help you find it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day, gentlemen. Enjoy your Sunday. And we have a break next week, so we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, okay?
Yep. Much love, brothers.
All right, guys.
That's all.
Take care.